just enjoying the journey. I was so dead set on getting to the destination that I forgot to enjoy the journey. And it was just a really cool, like funky, artistic event, and it actually really went well. But because of like my mindset and because of like the high achieving mindset that I had growing up, I really sort of self-sabotaged myself. Hey guys, so this is RachaelAlexander, artist and Mosaic Soul, and I guess this is my first attempt. Well, this is not my first attempt. This is probably like my 10th attempt to recording this video. I wanted to start documenting my process into re-becoming an artist. So I have been artistic ever since I was a very little girl. I would draw, I would paint, I would play with Barbie dolls, I'd write stories and write nonfiction works and sing and dance, and I've just been pretty much dabbled or dived into many of the mediums. My background is I went to a all arts high school, performing arts and fine arts high school, and then I went to college for music and ended up graduating with a degree in music management, music business. And along the journey, I somehow lost myself. And, journeying through your 20s can be a very interesting time because this is a time you're figuring out what you don't want. And in my early 20s, I was dove into the arts. I was singing and performing and teaching music and all this other stuff. And then somewhere around my mid-20s, I kind of walked away from music and art and stuff in general. I went through a sort of depression, and I didn't even know that it was a depression, only in hindsight 2020. So what had happened was I had put on a large event where I was singing and dancing, and I had background vocalists, friends, and I had models, and I had like sewn my own clothes and had other fashion designers come and show their fashion at local fashion designers in the Atlanta area. And then I had also had a caterer and other artists, and it was just a really cool, like funky, artistic event, and it actually really went well. But because of like my mindset and because of like the high achieving mindset that I had growing up, I really sort of self-sabotaged myself. And I really had just sort of a negative view of that whole experience altogether. And how it played out was I had this like ridiculous arbitrary number in my head, I guess, around what I wanted to see happen. And I was able to, like, everybody during that event got paid, all the singers, dancers, musicians, the venue, I paid the venue, the AC guy, all that stuff, right? And the audio technician and all that good stuff. And what happened was I just sort of like, I had a very skewed view of just enjoying the journey. I was so dead set on getting to the destination that I forgot to enjoy the journey. And so from that event, I sort of went into this sort of inward depression, and I'd stopped pursuing music because in my mind, I guess at the time, I wasn't as successful as I thought I should have been. I had been pursuing this for over the majority of my life, but as an adult, over 5 years, and then the idea, then not being able to pursue my passions at the level that I thought I should have been pursuing them really got the best of me, and I didn't understand that it was a long haul game at that time. And so, hindsight 2020, now I'm returning back to being an artist, and I wanted to document my journey. I'm actually working on an EP album or whatever, and I'm going to share more about that. I'm excited about that. It's content that I've written like years and years ago, and I'm excited to like put that out into the world. And so yeah, and then also I also want to document like being an actual visual artist, right? So if you don't know me, and this is your first time visiting this channel, like I said, I'm into many mediums. So as a serial entrepreneur, I pursue many different mediums. I'm a videographer, filmmaker, photographer, and all that stuff. But one of the mediums that I actually started out with as a little girl was actually painting and drawing. And I am by no means at the stretch of it all a visual artist, I would say, at the level that I see things and visualize like things when they come to me in my head. So I wanted to sort of document that process. There's actually a course that I purchased that I haven't gone through, and I sort of want to do this as sort of like an accountability thing. Like, I want to be an artist. I am an artist in one regard as a musician and all that stuff, but like a visual artist as well. So I want to document that process as well, and just sort of take you along my journey on becoming an artist, you know? And it's not necessarily becoming an artist like, oh, for me, becoming an artist isn't like, once I hit a certain number of dollars in my bank account, then I'm an artist. Like, technically, I'm already an artist, right? So it's not about the money so much. Of course, the money is necessary and nice, right? To be able to get paid to do what you love to do, and for other people to enjoy the creativity that flows through you is a beautiful thing. But that's like not my measure of success, because I think before, when that was my measure of success, it really fucked me over, really. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It really fucked me over. And I have a very much more expanded and wiser view of life and all that good stuff, right? So yeah, so for me, I guess the measure of success when I'm becoming an artist is where I am consistently creating works and masterpieces of art in whatever medium most excites me. And I'm actually pleased with the work that I do. Not others are pleased, hence, and notice that. That's another thing that a lot of creatives and artists, we have a tendency to get, caught up into other people's opinions of your art. And of course, as an artist, you want people to like your stuff because they're the ones that are going to be purchasing it, right? But for me, it's not about that, because to me, like I said, money isn't the thing, and I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I'm not as worried about money. Like, I have other streams of income, and quite frankly, I'm at this point in my life where I'm like, I'm just gonna do what the hell I love to do, and I'm gonna let the universe sort the rest out. Like, I'm not gonna fucking worry about money. I'm not gonna worry about if people like my shit. I'm not even gonna worry if I get clients or none of that shit. All I'm gonna do is wake up and do what I love to do. And so that's sort of where I'm at right now. And the reason that I want to document my journey in being an artist is because I think I've been away from it for so long that I think sometimes, the muscle atrophies. And so it's not necessarily that it's like, oh, this is my identity, I'm an artist, but it's an aspect of myself that I know that I want to tap into more. And it brought so much joy. Joy for me arises from within me. I wake up and I'm, there are moments, days when I wake up like today, I'm just fucking excited and happy about life in general, because love and joy is just like bubbling up from within me. I'm totally connected to my higher self and my soul. So for me, being an artist isn't like, oh, this is the path to fulfillment. It's more so, this is this thing that I want to play with and explore and journey into and dive into while I'm here on the planet, if you see what I'm saying. So yeah, like I take a very spiritual viewpoint of everything. If you're not following me on my other channel, definitely visit me at Indigo Ray TV. But I wanted to separate this, I think, for now, because I didn't want to sort of not necessarily muddy, like for me, Indigo Ray TV, that's a whole nother topic. For me, Indigo Ray TV represents health, wellness, higher consciousness, spirituality. And for me, this sort of RachaelAlexander artist channel is more so all of it, right? So I want to discover, talk about all of the aspects of me as an artist and my story, my personal journey, the ups and the downs. Indigo Ray TV is definitely higher vibes all the time. And I don't necessarily think I'm going to always be doing higher vibe content on this channel. It's not that I'm going to be like talking death and dark and dungeons and vampires and shit, like... But I am going to be exploring the different aspects of being human, and it's not always happy and bright. And so I just wanted to sort of document and come on here and start talking about my journey as well, and all the different shades that it comes into. So yeah, I'm super excited to finally bring you guys along on my journey, and sort of as an accountability piece too for me. So I'm going to be starting this art course called Evolve Artist by, I can't even remember. Anyways, it's called Evolve Artist. I'll put a link below. But yeah, like, this is a wonderful program that in the span of 2 years, or however much you put into it, you can literally learn how to be sort of, what is it called? Representational artist, where you can literally go outside and paint what you see, or paint a person and see. And that's a very rare skill that many people don't have, and I think it's the foundation of many artists. I'm not sure what my style will be. That's another thing that I'm going to be exploring, like as far as being a visual artist. I know what styles I tend to like. I love abstract art, certain vibrant, bright colors. And I also love people like, her name is escaping me right now. I want to say Jacqueline. It's not Jacqueline. I can't remember. Anyways, I love like whimsical fantasy type, caricature type of art. Not caricature, but character type art, where it's like these sort of whimsical spiritual art as well, where you have all these sort of like magical type of art. I love that type of art as well. Like hidden meanings and multi-meaning type of art as well. So I know what genre and things that I tend to like. So I'm curious, I'm excited to explore what it's going to show up as I start to explore like that aspect of my creativity. And as far as this new album that I'm about to drop, yeah, that's been 2 years in the making, actually. There's wasp flying around me. That's been literally like 2 years in the making, and very much so needed. I've definitely gotten a go from my higher self in regards to putting that out. So that'll be fun to sort of document and actually get back in the studio and start recording and making music and stuff. So that'll be interesting as well. So yeah, come along with me on my journey of being a Mosaic Soul, a term I coined when I was like 13. When I was 13, I coined the term Mosaic Soul, called myself perfectly Mosaic, because I noticed that I just had a tendency to just love all the different mediums and ways of expressing myself in the world. And so to me, Mosaic Soul is really about understanding that you're a multi-dimensional being here on this planet, playing the role of being a human. And sometimes, because you've had many lifetimes, a lot of us have many talents and many passions, and that's totally exactly the way that our soul's intended for it. So call me the Mosaic Soul. I call myself Mosaic Soul Mentor, Mosaic Soul Leader, leading this forward momentum of embracing all of the aspects of you, your passions and excitements, and letting go of the rigidity that it has to be something other than you being here to be who you truly are. You know what I mean? Like, we don't yell at the birds saying, "Birds, shut up." You know, like, the birds are here doing their thing. If you listen to them now, tweeting and chirping and singing their own song, because that's what they were born to do. And I feel like that's what Mosaic Souls are as well. Souls that are here to explore many different passions and explorations and creativity and expression. So yeah, I'm excited. Peace.